Hey everyone, if you watched my last video, you saw that I was getting prepared for a road trip to go to my son's place in Ottawa, which is about 4 hours from here. And one of the things I said in that video was that it didn't go as planned. It's been a tough few weeks, and I'm going to talk about what happened there. So one of the other things that I said was that I couldn't talk about it at the time when I made my last video. So the reason I couldn't talk about it is I was still dealing with insurance companies. So I didn't really want to talk about it. I didn't want to do anything until everything was settled. So on the way to see Jacob, we were in an accident. We were T-boned by another car. And unfortunately, the wagon is no more. It still exists. It's here. It's 30 feet from me, but it is quite substantially damaged, and the insurance company considered it a total loss with $17,587 in damage, not including parts. So that's just paint and labor to try and straighten things out. That's not including the parts required for the repair, because the parts required are not available anywhere. No one sells parts for body panels for Corvair wagons. The Corvair wagon was only made for 61.5 of 62, and mine is a 62. And unfortunately, nothing is really shareable from the windshield back on a wagon between a sedan or any other Corvair. The roof is 1.5 inches taller. Like the glass is all 1.5 inches taller. The doors are different. The quarter panels are different. Everything is different. So there is that. So the number one thing here is that we are okay. My wife and my dog and I were in the car, and when we were hit, I was hit on the driver's side, and we are okay. I was very sore for, I guess it was pretty much 2 weeks, because it was just, today is the 26th, and I'm feeling okay today, but I wasn't for quite some time. No injuries other than bruises, soreness. My wife had a bump on her knee, and she had some cuts from glass. Our dog, Daisy, she was just fine. She was wondering why we woke her up and why she was tossed around. So I did buy the wagon back from my insurance company. No, I will not discuss how much I got from my insurance company, and no, I will not discuss how much the buyback was. That's kind of personal, and I'd like to keep it that way. But I did buy it back from the insurance company, and no, I do not plan to repair it, and I do not plan on finding another shell or any of the other suggestions that I usually see when somebody has this kind of unfortunate circumstance. I'm in Ontario, Canada. I bought this wagon in the States and imported it into Canada. Then I went through I guess it was a restoration. It was paint, interior, mechanical. So to go through that again, I don't really plan on buying another wagon. Besides that, this car is not savable, in my opinion. It's just not worth the effort. Anything can be fixed, and I understand that anything can be fixed, and I've fixed a lot of crappy stuff. But with it being a side impact, and there's not a panel on the car that really isn't affected by it. It pushed on the one side, so the one side is in and the other side is actually pushed out. So the roof is kinked, the floor is pushed in, the B-pillar is about a foot from inward from where it was. The quarter panel's damaged, the doors are done, the rocker's done. The bench seat saved my life. That's a fact. I will show you, but the way it lined up, the car hit the door pillar impacted the bench seat, and the bench seat put pressure on the door pillar on the opposite side and shifted the whole car in that way. If that bench seat wasn't there, and if I had bucket seats, like in my 64, there would have been a lot more room for it to move inward. So I was very fortunate that it hit in this particular area. If it was a head-on collision, it would have been a lot worse. There's obviously no airbags, no seat belts, and there isn't a collapsible column in this car, so the column is pretty much a spear, and has been known to impale people in accident situations. So I'm fortunate we didn't have to deal with that. I got a little bit of break. It was raining all day today. So I think what I'm gonna do is I need to put the spare tire on the back of the wagon. We got pushed about 100 feet sideways and it blew the back tire off the rim. I think what I'm gonna do is put the spare on the back of the car. I have some body work to do on the driver's side to be able to make it roll, and then I think I'm gonna try and start it, and it'll probably be making all kinds of funny noises because it's been sitting for a couple weeks. But I'd kind of like to get it in the shop, put it on the 4-post, and maybe put a cover on it and just forget about it for a little bit. Okay, so let's try my new head cam out and see what I can do to get this mess in here on the 4-post. And yeah, so I guess the first thing I need is keys. There she is. I need to pry out that quarter panel on the driver's side, and I need to put the spare on the passenger side because, as mentioned, it blew it off the rim and it got pushed sideways. So I'll get my jack impact gun. So set them between rainstorms here. So I have to get this happening. I'll get the spare. I am not getting underneath that thing. Now to do some light body work. This is not my favorite. No, that's not going to do it. Hoping that if I get this pried away from the tire, it can roll, but I'm not so sure that I'm going to get that lucky. Well, sometimes your best just has to be good enough. This is going to trash this tire. It's already got big gouges in it, so I'm not really that worried about it. But I lent my grinder out, and yeah, I don't have any other way to manipulate this metal. So I got it the best I could, and I'm going to trash this tire by driving it in the shop. I guess we'll see how that goes. If the thing starts, I'll worry about it more. Kind of unveiling all the carnage right now. Yeah, so that's the modification. You can trust that this is not a happy thing for me. It's broken glass. Glove box is, the whole dash is twisted up, like the glass is about ready to pop out of it. You can see this is up against the door pillar and then pushed on the seat, which pushed on the other door pillar. This is why my side was sore for 2 weeks, because that went right into probably my kidneys. Guess we'll see how this goes. Well, she starts right up. She's a little mangled in the rear view. Oh yeah. This might blow out that tire. Okay, now, for those of you that have been bugging me to get a garage door opener, I have one now. See if I can get this in there. Oh, the little drag on that tire. Usually I back this on, so not sure how this is going to go. Might have to jack it and slide it over or something. Maybe not. The ramps. We're in. Okay, so I'll show you what I see here. Remember, this car is not going to be saved, and I don't care what anyone else says. It's just not happening. I have plans, and saving them or passing the car along to somebody else is not in my plans. It looks way worse in person than it does on camera. I'm gonna be sure to that, but that is in about a foot. Roof is kinked. The whole roof has a big bow to it, has a crown to it. You can actually see around here where the paint's all cracked because the glass has got pressure on it. There's cracks everywhere, cracks all over the place. C-pillar's cracked. Obviously there's a little air gap issue. Oh, I can laugh about it now, but I wasn't laughing a week ago, I can tell you that. Rocker is obviously in. The interesting part is this gap wasn't here before, this gap between the trim. This is kind of straight, and the rest of the car from here back is bowed this way. And that's what I was saying about the bench seat. The pillar pushed on the bench seat and push this pillar out, and you can see this door gap is tight at the bottom and loose at the top. That was even before. So there's that. You can't really see, but there's a crown in the roof. And yeah, obviously the quarter panel is done. The doors are done. The rocker's done. Yeah. It is not great. It's really not great. You can see the armrest. That was into my side. The big mark there and bruise. I had a bruise there for a week or so. Obviously we exited out of the passenger side. Yeah. Didn't trash the tire that bad. I thought it would trash the tire worse than that, but didn't trash it that bad driving it in here. Mind you, that's probably the last time it will move under its own power, unless I need to straighten it up some. I might have to actually center it better on the lift to pull the powertrain. Car's inside. I feel better about it. I've been kind of not handling it the best, I guess. It's a pretty traumatic thing, and it's upsetting, and not so much about the car, like the car is what it is. I'm sad about it. I'm sad that realistically, without a lot of effort to go stateside to try and find one that's clean, and go through the motions to get it back here and taxes and all that crap, I'm not replacing it. It's just not going to happen. So that makes me sad. It also makes me sad that they only made these things for like a year and a half. Mine was a pretty interesting one because it's a 700, which is a middle level model, and but it has had no radio, no reverse lights, all that sort of stuff, and it's a 4-speed car. But it will live on, parts of it. There's a lot of good parts on there that I'm going to use on my 64 Coupe project. So I will be harvesting it for that. I have a few ideas for what to do with the remains of the body itself. At this time, I won't be selling anything from it. Anyone that I was willing to sell things to, I've already let them know. And, there's a couple of things that I was thinking about selling off of it that will help some friends out. That I'm going to consider, but as far as like a full-on part out, not happening. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what's going on. Right now it needs to sit for a little while. It needs to not be in the yard. I'm still going to see it every day because it's in here, but at least anyone driving by doesn't see it, and it's in preserving what's left, not out in the rain or whatnot. Yeah, tough one. Okay, thanks for watching. Check out my other videos. Lots of Corvair content, lots of other content. I have some updates on my Malibu, and I have some updates of the ongoing saga of my 66 Volkswagen Beetle. I'll have to fill you guys in on that in some other videos. Thanks for watching. Drop some comments, whatever you want. Just please keep it positive. The world has enough negativity. We don't need it in the comment section as well. Take care. Stay safe.